Morning. My name is Asha Bashir. I have served as the Deputy Secretary General NAK Kenya. Karibuni sana.
Morning. My name is Reverend Dr. Julius Weche, National Executive Committee, Chair of the think tank.
Hamjambo. Martha Karua, your National Chair.
Mbona vigelegele hazitoshani? Au urefu wa mifuko pia haitoshani? Na balance za bank account hazitoshani? In Europe they say wenye kuono pogore. Okay.
Happy New Year, NAK Kenya. Happy New Year, NAK Kenya. NAK Kenya. NAK Kenya. Huyu ni Mheshimiwa Moindi, immediate former member of parliament for Nyaribari Masaba and the national treasurer.
Na Kenya. Sauti. Siwasikii. Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Asanteni. Kwa majina naitwa Kelvin Kabala, serving as your National Youth Leader and Deputy Chair. Asanteni. Na makofi. Nilisikia huku makofi. Tena. Asanteni.
Must be the youngest member of the NEC, I suspect. Makofi for the youth. Asante.
Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Kwa majina naitwa Margaret Choili, NEC member for the last 10 years. National Gender Champion fighting for Kenya. Asanteni sana kwa makofi.
Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Mimi naitwa David Munyao, ni NEC member, natoka Makwiny.
Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Kwa majina ni Francis Mongela, National Deputy Organizing Secretary.
Na Kenya. Na Kenya. My name's George Okado, the Chairman of National Elections and Nomination Board.
You introduce yourself.
Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Felix Wanjohi kutoka Kirinyaga.
Kwa niaba ya our current organizing secretary who has stepped out a little bit, can I say na Kenya maua uongozi bora on behalf na Kenya. Na Kenya. Fatma Abbas is our current organizing secretary. She'll be joining us shortly. So I thank you for your audience and for members of the NEC. We have a lean but effective NEC. Our constitution allows us to have up to 14 members of NEC, including now part of what we'll be requesting this NDC today to allow us to formally include the member of the diaspora. Diaspora wale ambao ni wa Kenya ambao wanaishi nje lakini wanataka kujihusisha sana na mambo ya kisiasa, kiuchumi na kila kitu na kidemokrasia humu nchini. Kwa hivyo tumekuwa na people ambao wamekuwa wakishughulika na kutuconnect na nchi za nje na kujaribu convention. We are happy to have you here. We have this meeting today in 2 sessions. We have this formal session, which is will proceed according to the dictates of our constitution. We have a second session in the afternoon, which is a little bit more filanga free. So if there are things that you anticipate that may not be said here, do not panic. Professionals in control. Rumor has it that they will be said in another space once we are finished with the formalities of this session. Is that okay? Thank you very much. So I want to take a very short time to just walk you into kind of a summary of a report and our report, a little bit of a report to the delegates of what has been happening since you were last here, what we plan to do, and where we are now in a variety of things for your general information. It's been truly a short 4 years. It just looks like the other day we were here when we congregated for the NDC at St. Andrews. A lot has happened in our country since then, as well as within the party. So I would want to share some of this. First and foremost is what you have joined me in a moment of solemn silence. We lost our Secretary General, and we have managed to have the NEC continue his vision of leadership through the transition period. I would want to say that the party since for the last 5 to 7 years has been on a rebuilding mission. The purpose of political parties everywhere in the world ni nini? Lengo kubwa ya vyama vyote duniani, vyama vya kisiasa ni moja tu. To ascend to power. Si ndio? Kwa hivyo kila kitu katika chama tunashughulikia, tunafanya mipango, mikakati ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunaenda katika serikali, kuunda serikali, kukua ndani ya serikali na kuhakikisha kwamba ile uzuri yote ambayo iko katika chama cha NAK Kenya ina impact positively the national politics. So we think the 2022 elections, the rebuilding process is coming to a close. A lot of things have happened at the Secretariat, at the national level, relationships built, and we think 2022 will enable the party to bounce back with good representation across the nation. We take great pride in the fact that NAK Kenya retains a strong, positive brand among our peers, among the society, among the country, among political parties, among the civil society actors, among the faith community, among the women, among the youth of this country, among the men, old and not so old, young and not so young. So that positive brand has enabled us to be one of the most sought after commodities in this transition period. We do not take it for granted, and we know that you are in the right place. And we want you to know that you are in the right place. Wengine usema mbele iko sawa. Mbele iko? I want to do a few highlights of what has been good to us. We thank God for the gift of life and the fact that we have seen each other again. We thank God for each one of you. Today we are grateful that we have a stable national secretariat, and many of you will know that most political parties in this country show up during elections, open offices, and close them shortly after, whether they have elected people or not. They do not have verifiable physical addresses. Some of you have been to those places, and we welcome you back. Some of you know of such places. So we do not take it for granted that since the formation of this party, we have never closed our door. That you have a verifiable national headquarters address. So I want to clap for all of you and for the leadership. Let's give them a clap. We have been blessed with a small but very committed team of staff at the national headquarters. Many of you have interacted with them. We know it could be stronger, but we will make it stronger. The second thing, we have been clarifying and strengthening our branding strategy and our brand. We are finalizing on an official party brand book as we go to election, so that every party member, when they want to print a t-shirt, when they call the headquarters and they have a printer, they will be given the details, kama ni bandana, kama ni kofia, kama ni kalamu, kama ni t-shirt, kama ni dress. There is a specification so that we maintain this beautiful image of a smart and organized political party like we are seeing here today. So we'll have a brand book. Kama unasimama, you need clarification, umeshapata printer, please get in touch with the Secretariat and anybody in the leadership so that you get the right thing. Although not yet officially launched, our website is live. We have an online platform and a presence that we hope can continue to be better, and you can use that platform to access things without having kuchoma fare, kukuja Nairobi, or to move to Kisumu, or to move to Nyeri, or to move to Mombasa, if you do not absolutely have to. We also have improved the ease with which Kenyans can join the party, and enabled members to update their membership through a USSD code from the comfort of your mobile phone. If you do not know that, I'm sure there's a desk outside you will be walked through, because it is important not just for you, but if each one of us came out of here and recruited 5 members of the party, we will have had a significant increase in the number of members, because it's those members that build the party. The third thing is, let me tell you about a little interesting thing we started 4 years ago. It is called the NAK Kenya Annual Alumni Celebration and Dinner and Dance. Sometimes there is a dance, sometimes it's just a dinner. How many of us have heard of the dinner, alumni dinner? How many of us would like to hear about it? Okay, what happens in dinners and dances? People eat and... But this is important, this small event happens every year. The NAK Kenya Alumni. Why is it important? It's a day when we come together. Anybody who has gone through this party, whether they are now ambassadors abroad, whether they are in Jubilee, whether they went to ODM, whether they have remained in the party, whether they are now not politically active. It's an evening of coming to reconnect with friends, to beat stories, to encourage each other, and to continue to support the party. Is that a good thing? I would want we have had partners who have stood with us, have supported us, and have walked with us in the journey of rebuilding. We have had opportunities that other parties that could even be numerically stronger than us have not had. We are particularly grateful to or institutions like Center for Multi-Party Democracy in Kenya. Let's clap for CMD Kenya. The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. The Christian Democrats of Norway. NDI Kenya. Crown Trust. And many, many, many others that have given us significant benefits. They have offered trainings that have strengthened our internal dispute resolution mechanisms, have trained our Secretariat in IT, have trained our youth in various aspects of social media, communication, organizing a political party. We have seen the support of Westminster Foundation, for example, who have enabled us to now have the last of the 3 leagues in the party. We used to have the Kenya Youth League. We had the Women's League. Now we have the Persons with Disability League. Let us appreciate that and the people who have made that possible. It would not be possible to do all this alone without this partnership. So we remain very committed to partnerships, not just as at the level of political parties and peer parties, but also at the level of organizations that can support us build our capacity. What have we struggled with in this period as well? We can talk about the good, but there are also points it's important to know the things that we think are unfinished business. One of them is the look and feel of our headquarters. We say we are very proud of our headquarters. We have been there, we have great relationship, we have a great space, but we think we could do a little bit more. If we got it repainted, improvement interior and exterior, to furnish it much better, especially for an expanding secretariat to be able to serve you better. We think that is an area we would want to make amends. We have also struggled with defaults in member subscriptions. I think in the last couple of months, we have seen a huge traffic coming to the party. And that is a good thing. A party relies on the support of its members. In this side of the world, it is, unless you get money from the government, we rely on the membership subscription. So every single member or 10 or 20 you help recruit to the party, you are actually supporting the party in ways that you would never know. So we are grateful to all of you champions and the volunteers who continue every single day to recruit for this party. Let's clap for them. So we have struggled with subscriptions. We have struggled with some of our elected officials have reneged on their obligations. In the Secretariat, again, I said we have a lean but efficient, but we can see they are stretched, especially at a moment like this. Each one of you who wants to call to the party need to be attended to. We think, if not in the long term, at least we have to improve the capacity in the short term so that we can have as many people as possible to field your phone calls, to answer your questions, to give directions, to support you, especially those who are not running. Because if we have more people who are not running and are supporting our candidates in every part of this country, we will make our candidates shine and save them a lot of energy. So we know strengthening the Secretariat, a liaison with the candidates, a person to liaise with candidates and answer questions, to work with candidates about laws and legislation. Simunaelewa sahi bado tunabadilisha sheria za uchaguzi. Kwa hivyo ni muhimu tusikue tumeshinda uchaguzi, then court cases zinafanya tulikuwa na MCA 7 zina reduce to 5 because kuna mali tulilala kidogo. So we also have a legal team, but there are not as many as we could have for everyone. So we need a liaison ambaye atakuwa anasaidia hiyo connection, maswali yote ya chama kutoka every part of the country. So we would want to increase the staffing numbers. We would also want to improve their technical capacity. We've had trainings, but we know we want to improve their capacity to handle multiple things. ICT areas, for example. We also would want to remunerate them better so that they are motivated because they're already working beyond. And you know, working in the party, in a political space, is like almost a volunteer job. But we would want as much as possible to give them remuneration that is at least commensurate with what they are bringing to the party, as a sign of appreciation for the work that they do. What do we seek in the 2022 general elections? Like I said, there's a bigger space where we will have bigger vision set out by our national chair. I know there are 1,001 questions. Ni uongo ama kweli? Actually, sio 1,001, ni moja tu. Ama ni moja? Which way the party? To remain competitive as a party and to take advantage of the growing demand for the NAK Kenya party ticket by aspirants across Kenya, we have recently revised and filed with the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties our guidelines and requirements for those who wish to run on our party ticket in the August elections. Please familiarize yourself with this. Again, the party is there to guide you, to inform you every step of any change. So as soon as you are a declared and certified candidate who intends to run on the party ticket, whether at nomination level or at national level, if there will be no competition for your ticket, we have an obligation to give you as much information as possible so that you prepare. So make yourself connected to the party. Four very simple things as we look at the next election. We want to form the next government and help lead this country's recovery from a period of significant darkness, economic ruin, and social disharmony. We exist as a political party to ascend to power, and that is the primary obligation of this party. But we do not want to ascend to power for the sake of power, to go with a mission to do something transformative for our people. The second visioning for us is to strengthen our voice in the legislature and county assemblies by increasing our numbers in all elective roles across the nation. It is you who will make that possible. This requires that the party fields as many candidates, credible, high quality, and electable candidates as possible in order to register better performance than in the last election. And we will work with you to the best of our capability to ensure we do not just field candidates, but we raise the number of successful candidates carrying the NAK Kenya flag. Let's clap for ourselves in anticipation of victory. The third thing is we want to put the party on a clear sustainability path. Sustainability inamaanisha nini? Hatutaki kuwa chama cha omba kila wakati. We are building a model political party. Many of you know, some of you don't. Hii safari for the last 7 years, it is heading somewhere. We want to be the party people will come into this country when they're talking about African democracy to say, have you seen, are you aware of Party X in this part of the world? So we want to build a sustainable party. We are looking at a future where we will be able to support our candidates substantively in ways that others are not able. Because that is how we lay claim to your candidature. And when you are elected, when we say this is the NAK Kenya party position on that bill in parliament, there's a whole research team that has analyzed the bill from a public interest, national interest. So when we say party position, it's not the position of the Secretary General as a person from Nyakachi. It is not the position of the party leader as a good lady from Gishugu. There is a team that has thought through and said, in public interest, NAK Kenya legislators in the assembly will shoot down this bill or will support this bill. Isn't that a good thing? Ili tutoke kwa siasa ya makasiriko and feelings and stuff. We can say we are supporting because of 1, 2, 3. That support can only come when we are a party that has more resources that can support our elected leaders, that can support our branches to build physical presence, that can support the party to have meaningful relationships and partnerships with others. Finally, we have to continue the task of rebuilding NAK Kenya as a strong, sustainable party recognized as such. There's a space we hold in this country as a party, and by and large, thanks to the personal brand of our party leader, the clarity of thought, the clarity of what is wrong and what is not wrong, what is right and what is not so right. There are very few leaders in this country that can stand firmly and claim that credit about clarity of thought. And if there is something that makes the members of the NEC excited about supporting and working to rebuild this party, is that there are hardly contradictions on many things that other parties will go to workshops to sort out. Because we know what we stand for in the space of governance, integrity, accountability, equality and non-discrimination, women, young people, not so young people, accountability. We have, at one point, the youngest National Executive Committee. And it is a beautiful thing. So I think to achieve this sustainable, recognizable, respected party, we need not only good visionary leadership. We know leadership starts from the top. In this party, we are living that good leadership starts from the top, and also bad leadership starts from the top. For some of you who were born during the Moi era, and sometimes we see this as well, even today, when people say, Orwa is such a good person, it is just his advisors. Do we elect advisors? Do we ever go to elections to elect advisors? No. Personal responsibility. That if I appoint people who harm public good, the responsibility lies with me. So leadership starts from the top. In this party, we have seen it. So it is not enough in this party to say we want visionary leadership because it's already there within the party. But perhaps even more critical, we want good, committed membership. Can we say good, committed membership? Membership makes or breaks a party. And we cannot be a sustainable party when every time we are starting afresh. We want a youth league that can hold the NEC accountable to the promises they made to young people because they've been there for long. But if every time it's a new will, there is no institutional memory. So good, committed membership that starts with all of us in this meeting today. We must all understand that it is the members who build a party and not the other way around. I challenge you today, as I end, to go back to your branches and reflect on what kind of party do you want NAK Kenya to be down kule mashinani. That is the most important question. Our commitment to devolution means we want to live the spirit of devolution even in the leadership of the party. That we want to see county branches as vibrant and as independent in action as we would want county governments to be. And to build relationships with leadership at the local level to be able to influence local politics and decision making. Sindio? Because there is a reality in Nyamira that the people in Nyamira can speak more powerfully too than a national secretary general of a party, even if we had a majority in the Nyamira County Assembly. Kweli au uongo? So the leadership has to be local. We must plant those seeds. And that is the vision of a sustainable political party. That we can have for the devolution constitution. You have seen this party lead on the protection of the constitution. The Constitution of Kenya 2010. With all that we have seen. So we must remain firm and breathe life to the spirit of devolution, which was to bring resources closer to the people, number one. Number two, bring decision-making power closer to the people. And number three, bring services closer to the people. Those are the three fundamental reasons why devolution was important. We must remain focused to that. So we cannot say we support devolution as a party when the party branch does not lead on local realities. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? I'm grateful for your audience. I'm grateful for your presence, and I'm grateful for your decision to remain or join this party at this historic moment. I know you will not regret that decision, and the future can only be better. As God blesses Kenya, may she continue to bless and strengthen all of you in the party and for the party. I thank you. Idi? I would like to take the opportunity to invite the leader of our party, to speak to her people.
Situpigie mheshimiwa makofi ya hapana, tumpatie maua. Haya. Peperusha bendera uko nayo. Peperusha. Tena. Haya, leta mkono. Tena. Karibu mheshimiwa.
Hamjambo tena. Na Kenya. Asanteni sana, mnakaa smart mkiwa green. Luminous green. Na pati yetu ina shine kila mahali. Asubuhi ya leo tunamshukuru kwa kutoka mbali na kuingia hapa. Nikiingia kitu kama saa 1, iko wengine wenu mlikuwa mshafika tayari. Wengi hata hawakupata kupitia mahali, ni kutoka kwa gari na kuja ufungamano. Thank you for your commitment and punctuality. Tunajua sio rahisi kutoka mahali mmetoka na kuja hapa kwa ile masaa inatakikana, lakini tunajua mnapenda chama. Sitaongea sana sababu tuko wageni waheshimiwa tumealika. Kwa kipindi tutaanzisha saa 6 na nitarudia hiyo maneno kwa hiyo masaa, lakini lazima tuongee kidogo. Niseme delegates wote, observers na wale wageni wamefika kwa saa hizi, mabibi na mabwana, karibuni kwa National Delegates Convention ya na Kenya 2022. Tumekuja kwa hii kongamano wakati nchi yetu imebakia miezi michache kufanya uchaguzi mkuu. Na hii uchaguzi uko na tofauti. Ni uchaguzi rais aliyeko anamaliza kikatiba kipindi chake cha miaka 10, na kwa hivyo ni uchaguzi utaleta kiongozi mwingine. Anaweza kuwa wapati yoyote hata na Kenya. So ni ile tunaita transition. Na ni uchaguzi muhimu. Demokrasia yetu ni changa. It's a young democracy. Na lazima tuige mtindo wa kuacha mamlaka wakati wa mtu ukifika. Wakati wa kwanza tuliona rais akiwacha mamlaka wakati yake ikifika ilikuwa ni 2002 wakati Rais Kibaki alipoingia na rais ambayo sasa ni hayati Rais Moi akaondoka. That was our first democratic transition. Ya pili ikawa ni 2013, Rais mstaafu Kibaki alipoondoka na rais aliyeko sasa Uhuru Kenyatta akaingia. Hii ya mwaka huu itakuwa ni ya 3. Na ni lazima tuitilie maanani, tuige hiyo mfano wa kuondoka kwa mamlaka wakati ukifika. Na ile sababu tuko na constitutional term limit. Ni ya kupatia Wakenya wengine nafasi waweze kuendeleza nchi yetu. Ni ya kuwapatia vyama vingine na watu wa tabaka zote nafasi ya kuwania hiyo kiti na kupata nafasi ya uongozi. Sio tu wa urais, lakini wa viti vingine, lakini ya urais iko na umuhimu sababu ndio ya pale juu kabisa, ndio ya mwisho. So as we move forward, we want to encourage the serving president to continue with this tradition and exit power come the general elections. I am talking emphatically sababu tumesikia watu wakisema na hata Attorney General akawa quoted akisema ati hakuna zuizi la kikatiba la rais kuchukua kazi nyingine kama prime minister. Niliwaambia kitambo, hiyo inaweza kuwa ni haramu. Term limit au kikomo ya uongozi ni sababu wengine wapate nafasi. Kama umeweza kuendesha serikali as a head of state, it doesn't matter whether your name is president or prime minister. What the constitution is saying, you cannot be head of government for more than 10 years. This I'm telling to any Kenya, to any fellow lawyer who may try to misinterpret the constitution. So the term limit means 10 years to steer the nation at the top level, you exit and you do something else. This is irrespective of your age. It's not your age we are talking about. You could even be 40. Term limit ikifika, unaenda nyumbani. Ukafanya mambo ingine. Hii ni wakati tuweke nguvu zetu zote, all our energies, kuona ya kwamba nchi yetu imepata viongozi wanaweza kututoa kwa zile tabu tuko nazo na kumanage nchi yetu kwa njia kila Mkenya atafaidika. Yani tunatafuta viongozi bora walete uongozi bora. Kila mmoja wetu ako na kura. Tusidharau kura yetu hata ikiwa moja. Moja yako, moja yangu, moja ya kila Mkenya. Ndizo kura mamilioni. Na hizo kura ndizo zitabadilisha Kenya. Wakati wa kunugunika umeisha. Sasa ni wakati wa vitendo. Na vitendo ni kufikiria ni wapi utaweka hiyo kura yako. Nasema uchaguzi huu pia ni muhimu, ni watatu tangu tupate katiba mpya. We had 2013, 2017. Na ni husuni ya kwamba hata tukiwa na katiba mpya hatuja fanya uchaguzi kikamilifu tukifuata katiba yetu. Ukisikiliza kila wakati iko watu wananugunika uchaguzi haukuwa wawazi, kura zimeibiwa, hata mimi mwenyewe nikaibiwa kura, na mnaelewa hiyo. Tunasema kwa yale mashirika tunalipa pesa kama Wakenya wafanye uchaguzi wa uwazi na ambayo unafuata katiba. Tunawapatia notisi ya kwamba tunamwangalia. Ni lazima mfuate katiba ya Kenya na sheria zetu mkifanya mipango na kusimamia uchaguzi. Hayo mashirika ni Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, mahakama zetu, polisi ambao wanatulinda, na hata sio mashirika peke yako. Wewe na mimi tuko na kazi ya kufanya. Ni mwananchi kama wewe uchaguzi, wewe unatayarisha tabu kwako, sababu utakuwa unapeana afya yako miaka 5, elimu ya watoto wetu, mabarabara zetu, utakuwa umepeana haki zako za miaka 5. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba wahusika wote, sisi tukiwemo, tuone ya kwamba kila mmoja wetu ametenda haki wakati wa uchaguzi, na tunafanya ile inatakikana, ndivyo tuwe na msingi bora wa nchi yetu ya Kenya, a strong foundation for a democratic society. So once again, to you who may be the presiding officer, the returning officer, polling clerk, election official, wewe chief, wewe mpiga kura, na wewe unaomba kura kama mimi, zote tukumbuke hii nchi yetu, tuweke misingi inayofaa ya kuwa na nchi ya kidemokrasia. Pia ningependa kusema hiyo kura yetu, ni nani utapigia kura. Naweza kusema pigia candidate wote wana Kenya, lakini wakati huu tuko na tofauti. Ndio tunataka chama yetu ipanuke, lakini iko confusion kwa hii nchi yetu. Watu wanataka suti ya chama. Ukumbuke chama ni nzuri, ni platform ya kutuleta pamoja, ndivyo tuweze kuuliza haki yetu, tuweze kuendesha nchi katika misingi ya demokrasia au ile mambo tunaweka kwa umuhimu. Lakini katika Kenya yetu, vyama vyetu hazija koma. Unaona watu wakiambiwa watu wachague suti, hiyo suti inawaangusha, sababu haijapimwa vyema, longi ni kumbwa kuliko mwenyewe, unaikanyanga ukitembea unaanguka. Hatutaki suti ya kutuangusha, tunataka kila candidate akaguliwe mwenyewe. Kama ni MCA, muweke kwa latiri, akitosha chagua. Chukua governor, akitosha chagua. Ushachagua serikali ya county, na serikali ya county ni muhimu sana kwako. Hata ukichagua rais unayopenda, hawezi kuja kufanya kazi kwa county, atafanya national. Kwa hivyo usipochagua governor na MCA wazuri, wewe hutapata afya, sababu afya ni devolved, iko kwa county. Kilimo yako au ufugaji wako utaanguka. Mabarabara, maji, mambo yote karibu na wewe utakuwa umeangusha. Na mimi hupeana mfano wa kule kwetu Kirinyaga. Sote tukachagua Uhuru na tukaiba 5 tena. Hata tulikuwa tunaota usiku na 5 tena. Kule Makueni kwa mwenzangu Kibudha Kibwana, walikuwa wanasema nasa hao. Walikuwa wakinasa watu wa Jubilee. Leo hii wanapata mambo ya matibabu bora kuliko sisi kule Kirinyaga. Na hawakuiba 5 tena, na rais bado anakalia. Yule tuliibia 5 tena. Why? Sababu wako na gavana ambayo roho yake ni ya kutumikia mwananchi. Kwa hivyo usipomchagua MCA mzuri na gavana mzuri, hata ukichagua rais unaopenda utaendelea kufinyiliwa. Tumekubaliana? Kwa hivyo mwanzo ni MCA na gavana ambao ni viongozi bora. Tumekubaliana? Kisha unachagua wabunge watatu. Mbunge wa constituency, mbunge wa wamama na mbunge wa seneti. Hao ni wabunge. Pia waweke kwa ratili kila mtu mmoja. Kisha unachagua president. Pia mweke kwa ratili. Tunasema Mungu ni mwema na kila wakati. Je, binadamu? Hakuna binadamu mzuri tusipokuwa na checks and balances. Hata Martha Karua hawezi kuwa mzuri. Tunakuwa mzuri sababu iko checks and balances. Iko sheria, iko watu wanakuchunga. Kwa hivyo hata rais mweke kwa ratili. Na rais mwema ni yule unajua ataangalia, na viongozi wote, mtu ataangalia mali ya umma iwe ni ya kutumika kwa mahitaji yako, sio ya watu binafsi. Mtu atakuheshimu na kuheshimu haki zako. Mtu anapora mali yako hakuheshimu, hajali ni nini itatokea kwako. Twende tuambie wale wengine, mmekuja hapa kama maambassadors wana Kenya. Mwende mpreach huko. Tunachagua mtu na tukiweka kwa ratili wawe wote ni suit. Hiyo ni suit nzuri, umepima hata urefu, si ile ya kukuangusha, ni ile ya kufaa. So as NARC Kenya, let us be ready to be scrutinized individually. Na sababu tutafanya free and fair nominations, ni wananchi watajua ni nani atapewa kibali. Wananchi hawafanyangi makosa sana. Nomination ikiwa free and fair, watakupatia watu wazuri. Ile inaleta shida ni rigging. Na ndio nasema sababu vyama vya kisiasa hazijafika kiwango vyama vyote inatenda mema. Wacha tuseme we want NARC candidates elected, but tafadhali simama imara kama mwana NARC Kenya, ndivyo watu waone unaweza aminika na hiyo kazi unaomba. Na tuchague watu waaminifu. Ingine ningependa kusema, lazima tutafute wale wako na msimamo kama wetu, tutembee na wao. Na mmeniona kama kinara wenu wa national nikikunywa chai na nikitembea na wengine. Hatujaweka sahihi bado, hatuwezi weka bila idhini yenu. Leo Secretary General atakuja hapa ndivyo mfanye resolution. Tunamuomba ruhusa. Tukiwa national executive, mtupatie ruhusa ya kusikiliza, kuongea na wenzetu na kufanya mapatano, agreement. Iwe ni ya coalition or coalitions. Na ndivyo tuweze kuwa ndani ya ile serikali itakayokuja. Wa sasa tunasikiliza kila upande. Hatujafunga milango. Milango yetu ni wazi. Hatujafunga kabisa. Tunasikiza kila mtu ndivyo tuelewe. Na watu wengi wanatamka yale inakupendeza. Mafuta unaona ni kama wataleta Kenya iwe ni kama utopia. Lakini kumbuka, bila kupambana na ufisadi hakuna mtu ataweza kutekeleza yale wanatamka. Mali yote ikiporwa watatekeleza na nini? Yule tunataka kusikiliza ni yule atatuambia utakomesha ufisadi namna gani. How are you going to protect public resources? You can have all those fantastic ideas, but tell us how you are going to implement them. Hii ni wakati nchi yetu tuko na a very high debt burden. watu wengi sana sana vijana wetu hawana ajira, hawana namna. Tumesomesha kama wasasi, lakini hawana namna. Tunataka ile serikali itakuja kupanua uchumi wetu, watoto wetu wafanye kazi, wapate kazi na wapate nafasi zingine, sababu iko wale wanataka kuwa entrepreneurs. Tunataka kuwe na kazi, nafasi za kazi and opportunities for our children. Kwa hivyo tunataka mwongozo wa kiuchumi ambao unafaa kila Mkenya na sio wa kufaidi wachache. Nitasema mengi tukiwa pande ile ingine. Ya mwisho nitamuuliza tafadhali, kama ambassador wa NARC Kenya, kama balozi wa chama, angalia mwenendo wako. Usije ukafanya watu wadharau chama. Be a good ambassador who will make people get attracted to the party. Be fair to everyone. Above all, walk the ideals of the party. As a social democratic party, we care about the rights and the needs of every person. And that is why we would want a government that not only respects those ideals, but a government ambayo inaweza kutekeleza kipengele 43 cha katiba. Ile inasema ni lazima serikali ijitahidi kuona yale mahitaji ya lazima ya kila binadamu inashughulikiwa, ndivyo wale wanyonge wasilale njaa, wasilale bila makao, watoto wasikose elimu hata kama ni watoto wa nani. Basic needs as provided for in the Constitution. Hatuhitaji kufungua katiba yetu ndivyo hii mambo iingie. Ishaandikwa, inangojea tu kufanyiwa nini? NARC Kenya ikiwa peke yake au ikiungana na vyama vingine, hiyo ndio tunaambia wa Kenya, we will make sure your resources are safeguarded and the Constitution and especially Article 43 on economic and social rights are fully implemented. We stand for the rule of law. We stand for constitutionalism. We ask you to go with zeal and to let everybody know. Open our doors so as many can join us, so that we can liberate ourselves and the country. I thank you.
Hiyo inatosha kweli? Hiyo ni nduru ya party leader? Hapana. Tumpatie na Kenya. Na Kenya. Na watu wamesahau uongozi bora. Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Umeambiwa be the ambassador of the party. Usiku na mchana wewe ni yule. Usifikiria giza likiingia utakuwa unatuharibia. I want to take this opportunity to invite the Secretary General to walk us through the prayers that we want to bring to your attention as the National Delegates Convention, ili muweze kuafikiana na hizo fikra, then baadaye tumalize kile kipengele cha mwisho, alafu tuwe na ile hafla ingine ambayo mheshimiwa amedokezea. Karibu SG.
This should be fine. Na Kenya. Na Kenya. You are good students. Mmeshika haraka sana.
Sorry for that interruption. Naomba ukiwa uko na gari KAK 155J, KAK 155J, KCJ 591E, KCJ 591E and Toyota. Ile ya kwanza ni Mercedes na ingine ni Toyota Isis. Tafadhali mahali umekeza uondoe pale, tuomba kwa taadhima. KAK 155J ya Mercedes MEC, KCJ 591E Toyota Isis. Kindly. Thank you.
Thank you. The following are the requests from the National Executive Committee to this National Delegates Convention, 2022 National Delegates Convention. The NDC, so duly constituted, is asked to make the following resolutions. We bring to you 8 requests. The first one, on the matter of the establishment of the Persons with Disability League of the NARC Kenya Party, we ask the NDC to approve the establishment of the Persons with Disability League and its entire structure. Number 2, on the matter and manner of nomination of party candidates for 2022 elections, we are requesting the NDC to approve the proposal to prioritize consensus building and direct nominations where circumstances so allow. Resolution request number 3, on the matter of NEC membership, on the matter of membership in the National Executive Committee, we request the NDC to approve the addition of a representative for diaspora in the National Executive Committee. Resolution request number 4, on the matter of fielding a presidential candidate in the 2022 elections. We are asking the NDC to confirm and approve that the NARC Kenya Party shall compete and field candidates at all levels, including candidate for president. Request for resolution number 5. On the matter of working with other like-minded political parties and social, political, economic, and cultural formations. On the matter of working with other like-minded political parties, political, economic, social, cultural formations, we are asking the NDC to approve ongoing discussions with like-minded partners with a view of providing clear direction and strengthening the party ahead of the 2022 elections. An additional request under request number 5, we are requesting the NDC to further mandate the national chairperson and the National Executive Committee to conclude any and all discussions with like-minded partners and formations by the end of February 2022, so that we are able to provide clear direction in good time for clarity for the party, for candidates and supporters. Resolution request number 6, on the matter of compliance with the law. We request the NDC to reaffirm the responsibility of NEC in ensuring the party's full compliance with the law as they are. Resolution request number 7, second to last. On the matter of membership of the National Executive Committee. On the matter of membership of the National Executive Committee, NEC, we request that the NDC authorizes NEC to nominate additional members into NEC on advice of the National Management Committee to strengthen specific roles and execute specific mandates from time to time. I'll repeat. On the matter of membership of NEC, we request the NDC to authorize NEC to nominate periodically additional members into NEC on advice of the National Management Committee so as to strengthen the specific roles and execute specific mandates from time to time. Finally, on the matter of alteration of the party's rallying call, resolution request number 8, on the matter of alteration of the party's rallying call, which we have done this morning, NEC requests the NDC to approve the alteration and addition of Uongozi Bora as a rallying call for the party to be NAK Kenya Maua, NAK Kenya Uongozi Bora. Is there any resolution that I may need to repeat? I've tried to move slowly as much as possible. If there's a particular one of the 8 resolutions that a member would like me to repeat for clarity, I am happy to do so by a show of hand, if there is. The 4th resolution. Any other? The last one. So I'll start with the 4th one. Thank you. Resolution request number 4. On the matter of fielding a presidential candidate in the 2022 elections. NEC requests this NDC to confirm and approve that the NAK Kenya party shall compete and field candidates at all levels, including candidate for president. You're welcome. The final one, resolution request number 8, on the matter of alteration of the party rallying call. That is what we've done this morning. The NEC requests this NDC to approve the slight alteration and addition of Uongozi Bora as part of the rallying call for the party, so that it reads NAK Kenya Maua, NAK Kenya Uongozi Bora. We would want to have a proposer if there is no any other clarification sought. Are those clarifications? Oh, proposers. Great. We'll need a microphone, a roving microphone, to whoever we will give to propose. It seems the only remaining hand is here. Wengine wamechoka haraka sana na hata tujaanza mbio. We need a proposer and then we need one. So just tell us your name, the county. they have contrary opinion, say nay. Huyo jamaa badala ya kusema nay amesema the ayes have it, so it's a little confusing. But thank you very much. I think it's important that we do things correctly for record and for posterity, and as a party that believes in institutionalism. Sindio? So thank you very much. I want to invite the members of the National Elections Board to go take us through the next phase of the meeting with guidance from the Executive Director. Thank you again, and clap for yourself again.
SG not coming back. Tupigie SG makofi because of that work. Moja!
Na Kenya. Na Kenya. You might have forgotten, but my name's George Okado, the chairman of National Election and Nominations Board. I would like to read a statement, a communique, summarizing the process that we've gone through.
Slight interruption.
Yes.
Just a na Kenya tunaomba interruption kidogo because ya jambo ambalo tunataka lifanyike kwa muda huu, so we will suspend kidogo, but tunaweza changamka mgeni wetu mmoja akiingia. Iende wapi na Kenya yo? Iende wapi na Kenya yetu? Iende wapi na Kenya yo? Iende wapi na Kenya yetu? Ndio maana, ndio maana, ndio maana, ndio maana emoto moto na Kenya yo, emoto moto na Kenya yetu, emoto moto na Kenya yo, emoto moto na Kenya yetu, ndio maana, ndio maana iende mbele na Kenya yo, iende mbele na Kenya yetu, iende mbele na Kenya yo, iende mbele na Kenya yetu, ndio maana, ndio maana iende mbele na Kenya yo, iende mbele na Kenya yetu, iende mbele na Kenya yo, iende mbele na Kenya yetu, ndio maana, ndio maana yapendeza na Kenya yo, yapendeza na Kenya yetu, yapendeza na Kenya yo, yapendeza na Kenya yetu, ndio maana, ndio maana iende mbele na Kenya yo, iende mbele na Kenya yetu. Iende mbele na Kenya yo. Iende mbele na Kenya yetu. Ndio maana yapendeza na Kenya yo. Yapendeza na Kenya yetu. Yapendeza na Kenya yo. Yapendeza na Kenya yetu. Ndio maana Ndio maana Ndio maana Ndio maana Ndio maana Ndio maana yapendeza na Kenya yo. Yapendeza na Kenya yetu. Yapendeza na Kenya yo. Yapendeza na Kenya yetu. Ndio maana Ndio maana Ndio maana Ndio maana moto moto na Kenya yo. Moto moto na Kenya yetu. Ndio maana na Kenya na Kenya na Kenya na Kenya na Kenya na Kenya na Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Our dear guests, I wish to... Hello. Tafadhali tuwe watulivu tumalize. Nataka kuchukua nafasi hii kumwalika SG ili aweze kutuongoza katika hiki kipindi. Alafu mambo hayo mengine ya tajiri. Tafadhali tukaribishe Secretary General wetu Bwana Orwa Michael. SG karibu. Makofi kwa SG. Na Kenya. Kama hujachangamka na kuona, this is the time sasa naangalia enemies of progress. Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Na Kenya. Na Kenya. I thank you for giving a warm welcome to our guests. I want to welcome our guests to the NARC Kenya party. The article there is very important because there is only one NARC Kenya party, for the avoidance of doubt. As we had said in the morning, you have just passed the resolutions before our guests walked in to mandate the party to continue the spirit of friendships and expansions and collaborations and principled conversations with partners across the Republic. Partners in the political space, in the social space, in the spiritual realms, in every aspect as we go into the 2022 general election. Part of those conversations are not new to you. So some of our guests who are come here, in fact, all the guests who have just walked in before we have a bridge to the next session,
are not people who are new to us. So I just wanted to recognize our guests who have arrived. If I start from the extreme left, Honorable Cyrus Jirongo, let's clap for him and welcome him. Next is Dr. Mukisa Kitui. You know Daktari very well. Next is the leader of a party that I have to confess this one. I hope you don't return the resolutions and punish me because of competition. They call it Kanu Fresh, a spirit of refreshment. We talked about rebuilding the party, reaffirming our party as an institution, and aspiring to be a model political party. If there's a party, because there's friendly competition, if there is a party that would be a party to benchmark with in terms of the journey they've traveled in transformation, to rebrand in spirit, in energy, in what they stand for, it's the Independence Party. And so I want to acknowledge the presence of Senator Gideon Moi, and thank you for coming. He's dressed in red. It's not that he's representing the party colors, he's just being dangerous. I will jump the host and the most important guest for today, who is both guest and host, because she'll come to speak even more warmly than my pay grade allows. Next is Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the leader of Wiper. So I want to say a warm welcome to yourselves and to your delegations, and to welcome you to NARC Kenya Party, and to continue the spirit of friendship. When you walked in, we were just about to go into a small business at the tail end of our program of phase 1, which was to invite the National Elections Board to tell us the face of the new officials of the National Executive Committee. With the approval and agreement of the ED, I would like to invite the National Election Board members.
Secretary General, thank you very much. I think I was just about to read a statement from the National Election and Nominations Board. We received applications for National Executive Committee positions within the set time limits. We, as the National Elections and Nominations Board, confident report that your receipt upon applications, no contestations were received. We therefore declare that the following have been unopposed in the positions that they sought. In the position of the national chairperson, the nominee was Honorable Martha Karua. And in the position of Deputy National Chairperson was Kabala Kile, Mr. Kabala Kile. In the position of the Secretary General was Mr. Michael Orua. In the position of the Organizing Secretary was Mr. Gichuke Ribathi. In the position Mr. Mongera Francis. In the position of National Treasurer, we had Honorable Fatuma Abbas. In the position of Women Leader, we had Jacqueline Coney. In the position of Deputy Women Leader, we had Rose Wang. In the position of representative of the diaspora, we had Sam Mwaberi. 2 positions remained vacant, and that's the representative of people with disabilities and representative of minority and marginalized. Thank you very much. Oh, I have had complaints that I omitted the
officials, if I could have all of them approach the dais. Those who are not within, I would want them to come down here so that we can put a face to a name. Could we have all officials read out? As he has pointed out, we have 2 vacant positions which either did not attract applications or the applicants did not meet the criteria set by the National Elections Board. That is the representative for persons with disability, but also you realize that is one of the resolutions we have had today. And then representative for minority and marginalized groups. You have authorized the NEC to appoint and continue to look to fill the full list of officials. For confirmation purposes, are we duly constituted? Diana National Chairperson, by show of hand, just raise your hand. And we are committed to equality of claps and their weight. National Deputy Chairperson, Mr. Kabala Kile. You are doing well. I wish to confirm my name is Orwa Michael, Secretary General of the party, my share. Deputy Secretary General, Ms. Asha Bashir. The Organizing Secretary, Mr. Gishuke Ribathi. The Deputy Organizing Secretary, Mr. Mwongera Francis. There's a part of the room that is not clapping as enthusiastically as the others. Your lunch allowance might just be reduced dramatically. The Treasurer to the party, Honorable Fatuma Abbas. The National Women Leader, Ms. Jacqueline Coney. Deputy Women Leader, Ms. Rosa Wango. National Youth Leader, Mr. Ngugi Ndegwa. Deputy National Youth Leader, Ms. Diana Ngao. Representative of the Diaspora, Mr. Sam Mwaberi, in absentia. He is based in the United States of America. So I just want us to acknowledge and to thank the members for showing interest to serve, the new members to welcome you to the leadership of the party and to wish you well. By a round of applause. Na Kenya! Na Kenya! I thank you. I wish to take this opportunity to invite our party leader to address the meeting. Thank you. I have a small announcement. KAK 755J, KCJ 591E, kindly attend to your car as a matter of priority. It is parked dangerously. Thank you.
Asanteni, our honored invited guests, His Excellency Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, leader of Wiper Party. Tumpatie Wiper. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Honorable Senator Gideon Moi, leader of the Independent Party. Tumpatie Jogo. My friend and age mate and leader of, he'll come and mention his party so that I don't give it his name, Honorable Dr. Mukisa Kitui. Karibu. And Honorable Cyrus Jirongo, aka CJ, leader of PDU. And all the guests that accompanied them, because each one of them has several guests accompanying them, delegates, and the leadership of NARC Kenya, and observers. Karibuni sana. It is my great pleasure to welcome our invited guests, especially those from parties that we are collaborating with. It is a great honor for you to come and witness our NDC. We have just concluded the business of the day, and we are also acknowledging members who are seated at the tent outside. We had hoped to transfer this particular section of our meeting to the tent, but because it will take time and our guests arrived before we could conclude business, we have decided to conclude while here. Luckily, those at the tent, there are screens, they are observing the proceedings as they are. I will not begin by giving my address. I'll begin by giving our honored guests the space to give us their remarks and to also give their greetings to you. You have seen us with all our honored guests. You've seen me with them in various occasions. These are people with whom we have shared ideals, and these are people with whom we are talking. And now that you have given us mandate to continue and conclude those talks, we will be reporting to you as matters go on. And without much ado, I will invite Honorable Cyrus Jirongo aka CJ, leader of PDU, to come and give his remarks.
Thank you, the new officials of NARC Kenya. NARC Kenya. NARC Kenya. Thank you very much. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank the new office bearers, wale ambao mmechaguliwa leo, particularly our friend, the one we've been running around the country together, the party leader, Mheshimiwa Martha Karua, and all the delegates who have taken off their time to come and ensure that the business of the party is carried on properly. We are proud of you. Na Kenya is a party that all of us look at as a party of change. Na Kenya is what brought in the first win from the opposition in the past. The first party that took over from our old party, which is now called KANU Fresh, which is now very fresh. And all of us remember with nostalgia the energy, the hopes and aspirations that this party brought into this country. I'm proud we're associating with it, and I'm happy that the members of NEC are able to embrace unity, working together with other parties for the purposes of serving our citizens. Particularly, your party leader, she's admirable. You need maybe a woman or a man of letters to find the right diction to describe who Martha Karua is. Martha, other than being principled, she's a human being. And if everything was fair, Martha would be the first woman president in this republic. And let me tell you, it's not easy, but I know she's equally tough. A kite can only rise against opposing wind. There'll be many potholes in her way, just as there are many potholes in our ways, but we'll find a way to ensure those that qualify to offer leadership in this country get the opportunity. Martha is such a leader. Kenya is reeling from numerous problems, and unfortunately, there are problems we bring upon ourselves. Leadership that looks at a country as a business. Leadership that looks at our taxes as their personal wealth. Leadership that has turned a country into personal property. This will have to come to an end. And in Martha, you find such a principled leader among our team, and she'll play her rightful role. As in Oka, we are determined to ensure that whatever negotiations we are having, it's on behalf of Kenyans, not on behalf of leaders. We will try and ensure equity, inclusivity, and the elephant in the room, corruption, is dealt with. We are not negotiating or talking to anybody in a structured manner because we are looking for positions, no. We are talking to everybody in a structured manner because we realize where our country is today. The burden of debt, over 2 billion shillings, finding its way into private pockets on a daily basis, a hungry population that has nothing in its pocket, and of course, just sheer mismanagement of public resources. We want to assure you, this team will play its role. We have experience here. Kalonzo has worked for a long time in this country. We have serious leadership, committed. Mheshimiwa Gideon Moi. We have Dr. Mkhisa Kitui, who we hope will join us so that we are a bigger force. Because the more we are, the better for this country. We should never allow to be sidelined by those who think they have a right to own Kenya. Kenya belongs to all of us. Yes.
Okay. Mwenyeji wetu rafiki yangu wa miaka mingi sana, Mheshimiwa Martha Karua, wanaharakati wazalendo, members wana Kenya, waheshimiwa wageni waalikwa, wa Kenya watukufu, wassalamu alaikum. Mimi ni furaha yangu kubwa kujivunia kwamba historia ya na Kenya na historia ya Kitui tumekutana pala fulani. Wengine wenu waheshimiwa hamjajua, ni mimi mwenyekiti mwanzilishi wa chama cha na Kenya. Na hata nilifaulu kumsajilisha Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki kuwa member number 1 wa na Kenya. Lakini historia ya vita na Kenya imepigwa na zile challenges, changamoto zilipitia, ndiyo ikapunguza mwenendo ambao hichi chama cha kihistoria kimekuwa nao. Mimi nawashukuru viongozi wa kichama kwa siku yenu kubwa hii. Nawashukuru kama wanaharakati. Na kihistoria mimi nimeridhishwa sana nyinyi kuamua kuwa na delegates congress yenu Ufungamano House. Wengine wanajakuwa pahala kwa sababu ya mashamra, madoido, lakini nyinyi mmekuja pahala kule uanzilishi wa harakati za ukombozi wa pili kulikuwa. Na kuwepo kwa huu mkutano kwenye bweni hili ni la maana sana kutukumbusha kwamba you are among those who are struggling to sustain a memory of progressive national liberation. Wakati kama huo, ninawasihi. So some of the challenges we face as a country require bold restatement of the obvious, the inconvenient truths. I can understand why in our national politics we are seeking so much to reassure the comfortable. But it's important, and apart from reassuring the comfortable, we bring some hope to the uncomfortable, the vulnerable, those who want to see a better life, those who don't want to see a continuity, those who want to see certain changes. Similarly, and I share for many years with the leader of this great party, a personal conviction that however uncomfortable it may sound, there's no pathway to national renewal and liberation without a genuine struggle against the monster of corruption. At a time when this great country is struggling to remain competitive even in regional terms, you cannot turn around Kenya unless made in Kenya is quality but competitive in price. And you cannot make made in Kenya competitive without reducing the cost of corruption in every product coming out of Kenya. Lazima kama wazalendo wa Kenya tujihusishe pamoja, sio tu kwa harakati za siasa ya mpito kama wakati wa kura, lakini kusema what future are we bequeathing to the next generation of Kenyans? Not a future that celebrates ill-gotten wealth, not a future that creates competitive parties of wash, not a future where we fear to say the truth, that will not sort out our national competitiveness, will not attract the necessary foreign direct investment into Kenya, unless as a people we are ready to say corruption has never developed any country. Mimi, waheshimiwa wazalendo, nawaahidi pamoja na wenzangu wenye wako kwa mseto wa sauti ya wazalendo, ambao hivi punde tutatangaza nazi our National Delegates Conference na kualika wengi wenu mwepo. Tunaamini kwamba vyama kama mseto wa Oka, mseto wa Azimio, tumeweza kuwa pengine tunatumia njia tofauti, lakini we have a shared direction of travel, and we have a shared value of the minimum necessary for this country's good. We cannot afford to gamble with the future of our country. And we cannot afford as a nation to pretend away people want to rewrite their personal histories, their personal appetites, their personal greed, and pretend they're part of the solution of our national liberation. Samahani, usi mkutano wangu, nilikuwa tu ni wa mkue na kusherekea kuwepo kwa kongamano la maana hivi. Nafurahi kuwa mna kiongozi ambaye tunajivunia. Wakati nimekuwa na yeye kama mawaziri katika serikali ya 2002 to 2007, which many people believe was the best cabinet in the history of this country. Nilimjua as a person with national passion and a drive to deliver on what we promise. I hope you remain true to that cause, and I hope you remain true to the necessary sacrifices, compromises that will be necessary to stop the forces of evil from overrunning our country. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, and without much ado, I'll invite the leader of the Independence Party, KANU Fresh, Senator Gideon Moi.
Asante. Madam Chair, I didn't know you had Kalenjins here. Kila mtu wako hapa. Your Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, the leader of Wiper Party, and our very, very dear friend of mine and the family, CJ, Dr. Mukisa Kitui, and our host today, niko na furaha tele kukuwa pamoja nanyi, delegates ya NAK Kenya. NAK Kenya, uongozi bora. Before I continue, I would like to introduce the people who I came with. Today I've got my Executive Director, George Wanaina, and Senator from Isiolo County, Abshiro Alaki. Kuja sama jambo, come and say, kuja. This is KANU Fresh, that's a new honor.
NAK Kenya. NAK Kenya. Thank you very much, my party leader, Your Excellency, our Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, my sister, who is our host today. Congratulations today. I'm happy to be here. CJ, Dr. Mukisa Kitui, and all delegates. Hamujambo. Nina furaha nyingi sana. Listening to Dr. Kitui saying that if there's one person that will become president, I have no doubt, I second that it's Honorable Martha Karua. She's courageous, she's principled, and she represents us women vizuri kabisa. We are very proud of her as women of this country, and thank you very much for running such a beautiful party. And I must say, as the chairperson for the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, I'm very, very proud of NAK Kenya and the steps it has. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'll be very brief. We do have formidable ladies. Martha Karua, we've got Abshiro, we've got Mrs. Nyenze, who's with us. And they've been in the vanguard of protecting the interests of Kenyans at large. For me, ufungamano house ilikuwa pale ya opposition kabisa. Sisi tulikuwa pande lingine, nyinyi mlikuwa pande hii. And today is the first time ever in my life to enter this place. And I'm proud to come here because of this lady. Ujivunie that you have a true lady, a true leader, a leader who I've come to respect on a personal basis, a leader who's got standards, values, who cannot be compromised, who states her case and walks the path. And as KANU, we are proud, extremely proud, to be associated with such a leader and such a party as yours, Kenya. And as we walk this journey, you know what's going to happen in the next few months. We are proud that we'll be walking this journey together with Kenya, together with Wiper, together with like-minded parties who know the value of humanity, the values of a corrupt, free country, the values of putting our people ahead of our own personal interests. And this country of ours is a magnificent country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is magnificent. It's been endowed by our good Lord with everything. And I'm so happy when I see your colors. It's green. Us as KANU, as you know, if you read, you'll see our manifestos. We've gone extremely green in encompassing the environment. Now, we believe that God has given us everything. Unfortunately, ourselves, we've corrupted it as individuals with our own greed, but we have faith that if we have leaders like Martha Karua, leaders like Kalonzo Musyoka, we can restore this country to be what it's supposed to be. And we are very grateful to Martha. Thank you, Martha, for being there with us, for being in the vanguard. Unajua sisi kama chama tumesema, this issue of corruption which Dr. Bukisa Kitui has said, sisi tumesema, we're going the extreme. We want to go the Chinese way, where you deal with the corruption head on. You engage with corruption, utawacha kichwa pande hii na mwili pande hii. You know those days of just talking, where has it taken us? Tumefika wapi? Yes? Today unasifu watu ambao wamepora billions of shillings, watu wanapigia makofi. Honestly, guys. Honestly, hiyo ndio njia tuende. Yes, it's not, I don't believe. So we must deal with it head on, drastic. And as we say there, I know the human rights people tell you, but we'll find a middle common ground together. So do. But we have to be resolute on how we deal with corruption. So I don't want to say much. Today is a lovely day. Today is a super day. Today is a day for our host, Martha Karua. We celebrate with her. We congratulate all of you and tell you, let us walk this journey together. And you will not walk alone. God bless you all.
Last but not least, I want to invite His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, leader of Wiper. Mpatie Wiper.
Thank you. What an honor. Sister and my dear learned friend, Honorable Martha Karua, our host for this event, my colleagues Cyrus Jirongo, Mokisha Kitui, our brother Gideon Moi, and friends, delegates to NARC Kenya's National Delegates Convention. Hamjambo. Hamjamboni lakini. This is Man Steve-O, Elias Buffalo Soldier. But before I proceed, let me introduce the 4 members of Wiper Democratic Movement, because Mother, you said 4 of you should come, 1 plus 4. A ranking member, the Honorable Kitonga Maanzo, is also the Deputy Secretary General. And then the Honorable Nyenze, member for Kitui West, and another ranking member, because they're doing their second term, Dr. Makali Mulu, member for Kitui Central, and a young man who is a member for East Africa Legislative Assembly, Kennedy Musyoka. Thank you very much. You guys could sit. Now, thank you, Mother, for this wonderful invitation. And I'll be very brief because this is your function. And I know you shared with me your thinking and say you have quite a statement. And we want to listen to that. But before you do, greetings from Abagusi. I was in Kisi, in Nyamira, and Nyamira and Kisi. And for a moment, I felt a little lonely because Mother was not there, Manigidi was not there, and CJ was not there. So I felt very lonely. Now it tells me that One Kenya Alliance is really been an organization with men and women who are so committed to the cause of this nation that they begin to feel each other's warmth. And whenever we are not together, we feel less. But Kisi went on well, and we look forward to the next few days when, because we knew Mother was organizing this, and CJ is soon going to do that. And you know, our friend and brother, Senator Gideon Moi, Kipsiele actually, that's another name, had their wonderful delegates congress. And we had as Wiper Democratic Movement, where we were given the mandate, and I see today you've given the similar mandate to our sister, Martha Karua. I must congratulate NARC Kenya, and I'll tell you the reason. One, NARC Kenya. Mumesahau hiyo mwito wenu. NARC Kenya. NARC Kenya. Uongozi bora. Very succinct, very clear. And then, without even checking with you, Mother, we adopted the One Kenya Alliance Clarion Call. One Kenya, one nation, one people. We must congratulate you because you could have taken us to court. You could have taken us to court and say either plagiarism or something.
to National Rainbow Coalition when NAK, led by Kibaki and others, came on board. And as I say, the rest of it is history. And of course, thereafter, subsequently, NAK was able to now register NAK Kenya, and there's another NAK, I think, really continues as the leader of NAK. In fact, I gather they have their delegates Congress perhaps about the same time. Therefore, NAK is a famous, important name in this country, in the history of political development, democratic development of multipartyism in Kenya. Gideon Moya has never been to Fungamano. Gideon used to play basketball next to his place as a resident of 06. And when the Fungamano then started, a Christian Leadership Center, we used to have a lot of wonderful moments here, celebrating and praying together. And so, a very historic place. And it will continue being as historic as Fungamano. I can't remember how Christian Leadership Center became of Fungamano, but you remember names like Mutawa Musini, Bishop, the later Bishop Italy, yes indeed, Italy, who were champions of good leadership and change in this country. As we move forward, I just want to call on all of us as Kenyans to remain very vigilant, because at a time like this, when the nation is at a crossroads, the temptation is always there to take the easy way out and to cause confusion. That was one Kenya last. When we say we are head-on against corruption, and you have seen it being very ably demonstrated by Ndugu Gideon on what we intend to do. We will ask the human rights activists to forgive Gideon more.
When he employs a Chinese model of really making a difference, because Kenyans are saying, whom can we trust? All of you have been saying, fight against corruption. But are you serious? Help is around the corner, fellow Kenyans. With that spirit demonstrated by Mangidi, you can be sure we mean business. And in the coming days, we'll continue talking to each other, like-minded party leaders. We stress like-mindedness. We also stress structured engagement, fearlessly structured engagement. And you remember in the principle of negotiations, really, nothing is agreed until it is agreed. And I can trust Mother already, when she joined us in One Kenya, we were so emboldened. One time, Mother said, my friends, you have already degraded yourselves. And we all had to say, yes, yes indeed. You cannot afford to degrade yourself or your position. And then we also shall stress equality of partnership. So Kenyans, therefore, must remain engaged as we move forward. Our intention is not to demean anybody, but we shall degrade those who want to degrade the dignity of this nation. We'll be there to degrade them. And actually, we might degrade them in real time. This is why when they used to say, this is a two-horse race, we say there's a buffalo which is going to degrade both horses. And that is Oka. And that is Oka. So we are very happy, and once again, this is your day, Martha. Congratulations. We intend to move. There will be a lot of movement, clearly, in order to gain on lost time and opportunity, so that we do not allow young Kenyans and Kenyans of goodwill to get degraded by agents of corruption, by agents of disunity, even people who have no regard for international relations, because they're so preoccupied with their own selfish ambition that they even want to degrade the integrity of our own nation like Kenya. God bless now Kenya. God bless all of us. Thank you.
Asanteni sana, my dear colleagues, our honored guests, delegates, observers, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to NAK Kenya National Delegates Convention 2022. We are delighted that you could give time to attend this important convention, which comes a few months before the general election. It is a time that our nation is preparing for a transition for the holder of office of president whose constitutional term limit is at its sunset. A time our country is reeling under unprecedented corruption, a heavy debt burden, high levels of unemployment, and increasing poverty, all exacerbated by COVID-19 pandemic. It is a time when our energies as a nation ought to be directed towards the search for good leadership, both at county and national levels, to steer the country to better management of our resources, to building an economy that works not just for a few, but for the majority, and especially those who are disadvantaged in our society. This is the third transition since independence and the second after the 2010 Constitution dispensation. It is therefore imperative that as a young democracy, we endeavor to strengthen the culture of constitutionalism and the rule of law as a necessary foundation for stability and progress. Term limits are prescribed to create opportunity for participation and diversity in the management of our affairs, while periodic elections afford an opportunity for citizens to exercise their right to determine who governs them and who to entrust with the management of their affairs. We should therefore ensure that we not only adhere to the Constitution with regard to transition, but also we entrench a tradition where the people's right to choice is respected by the holding of free and fair elections, not sham elections. We need elections that comply with all the constitutional safeguards and legal imperatives. Our institutions, especially the IEBC, the courts, and our security agencies, political parties, and I extend this to candidates, their supporters, and indeed all stakeholders. We all have a role to play and a duty to ensure that the people's voice counts, and that can only come when we respect people's choices and not manipulate them. We should never again hear of vifaranga via computer. We have an individual as well as a collective duty to safeguard our young democracy, and especially our voice on who governs. Hear ye all. We still stand to suffer when our choices are trashed. By participating in electoral malpractices, we sign away our rights to better health, to jobs, and indeed to better public services, and even to accountability by leaders. My call, and NAK Kenya's call, is to us collectively as a nation and individually to do our best to safeguard the people's voice. You, who will be given that responsibility as a returning officer, as a presiding officer, as a polls clerk. You to whom we entrust our security, as a police officer, as senior security agents, as chiefs. You who is a candidate or a candidate supporter, we are appealing to each one of us. Take up your duty. You may be happy for a while when you foul elections, but know that for 5 years you will suffer along with us. Let us therefore go forth with zeal and preach this message to the nation, that our fate is in our hands and we've got to do better than we have done before to make our elections indeed free and fair, to make the people's voices count. NAK Kenya believes that our country is suffering a serious deficit of good leadership, and the citizens have a serious deficit of trust on the leaders. That is why we have added to our rallying call the phrase uongozi bora. We really need uongozi bora. And we need to choose leaders not merely because they belong to your political party, but because you believe and trust that those leaders are fit to hold the offices they seek and that they will put their own interests behind and place public interest in front. We therefore, as a party, although we would want as many NARC Kenya candidates elected, we have boldly stated, assess each one of our candidates and assess each one of the candidates any party presents and elect only leaders who are fit for office, leaders you can trust. We are therefore reminding you of your duty to elect good governance or a good government at the county level. Remember, devolution brought the government nearer to you. It devolved health services which are dear to you, agriculture, infrastructure, and many more. If you do not elect a good MCA for your ward, a good governor for your county, which equals to the county government, you will suffer even when you have elected a president of your choice. And I always give the example of Kirinyaga. I contrast it with Makwiny. In Central Kenya last elections, Kirinyaga included, we sang ourselves hoarse, Tano Tena, and we elected President Uhuru to the last person. Yet, we are suffering with a deterioration in services, especially health services, if I were to speak about Kirinyaga. Look at Makwiny. At that time, they were supporting Raila or NASA. So they were saying, NASA how? Walikuwa wananasa watu wa Jubilee. Yet, today, or during this final term of President Kenyatta, they have enjoyed excellent health services and other amenities because of electing a man of principle, Kiongozi Bora, by the name of Governor Kibwana, and good MCAs. So it doesn't matter who is president. One signature by the president sends money to all 47 counties simultaneously. A president cannot come to work at the county level. He belongs or she belongs to the national. So if you do not elect a good governor, good MCAs, even when you have elected a president of your choice, you're done. Services will never come to you. So please, let us begin at the county level, elect national leaders, MPs, and elect a good president. Don't elect based on the party. Elect based on the qualifications of the person who is required, asking you for that seat. We need, as a party, we recognize that a government is as good as the political party that forms it, or political parties that form it. If a party is chaotic, it forms a chaotic government. If a party does not respect its constitution and our country's constitution, rigs elections, that party will even rig your economy. Please, this is a time to observe the behavior of political parties. So as you give mandates to candidates and to parties, please choose wisely so that we do not suffer. We at NARC Kenya promise to practice what we preach, and I'm therefore urging party delegates and all party members, please don't let us down. Walk the talk, be people of principle, and put the interests of the public ahead of yours. When we are seeking partnership with our OCA partners and others like-minded, we'll be looking for people, and we are looking for people who share on our core values so that we can walk this walk together. And I'm glad you've given us permission to go ahead and seek friendships and conclude agreements with either a coalition or coalitions. I assure you, under my watch as your national chair, we will not abuse the trust you have placed upon us. We are going to be very careful and to report to you what we have done. As a social democratic party, we believe in social justice for everyone. And therefore, because I hear people always asking, what is your economic model? The economic model we favor as a party is an economic model that embraces social justice. And in modern terms, it is being called social market economy. It means you have freedom to do your business, but there is regulation to ensure that you are not unfair to others and to ensure that there is equality of opportunity to a majority. And that is what we believe in. Whatever economic model a party chooses, you will not be able to implement any of the lofty ideals you give to the people unless if you gather the for the benefit of the people. NARC Kenya pledges that either alone or together with partners, we will continue to hold these ideals dear and to make sure that we do not deviate from them. Our Constitution, as I conclude, Article 43, actually obliges anyone who governs this country to take the path of social justice. Article 43 is on economic and social rights. It has been partly and badly implemented. When we implement it fully, because I believe NARC Kenya, with its partners, will get a chance to implement, Kenyans will get access to quality good health. Kenyans will get access to shelter, access to adequate food. Kenyans will get their basic needs like education, and we will be able to take care of the disadvantaged in society. An economy that cares for the people will not only grow, but will expand and have more job opportunities so that our children, who we have painfully educated, can get opportunities either to enter the job market or to become entrepreneurs. We don't want an economy that grows in the pockets of a few while the rest are languishing in poverty. That is what social justice demands, an economy that works for all. We are therefore urging all of us in Kenya, beyond our parties, beyond our collaborators, let us hold hands together and liberate our country, our people from exclusion so that those who are not able to get their daily bread are cushioned, so that everybody can participate in nation building. In conclusion, I want to urge the youth not to despair. Remember that vote in your hands can change your life. If collectively you choose good leadership, you liberate yourself from joblessness and from despair, because so many of our children are taking their own lives because of despair. So many people are languishing in poverty. To our youth, please hold on. Utilize that vote and let us do it. To my generation, as the parents of the youth, let us do this for our children. We cannot let this situation continue. We've got to do the right thing this time. It is our civic duty. I want to thank my fellow party leaders in Oka and other friends, my friend and age mate, I'll repeat, Dr. Mukisha Kitui, for coming. And since we are in talks, I know that eventually we are all going to stand together and together with other Kenyans and to keep our doors open. A lesson I learned from the Kibaki era: when people knock on your door, open the doors. Do not only mind what a person was yesterday, mind what they are today. We are human beings and we can change. Therefore, our doors are not closed to anybody who knocks, so long as we sit down and we verify that moving forward, you will now stand on the ideals that we hold dear. I want to assure the NARC Kenya family that We will continue to uphold our constitution and the country's constitution, to assure also my fellow leaders present here and Kenyans that we will do our best, standing on this historic ufungamano ground, where the revolution that brought multipartyism back began. This is where we stand today, to promise Kenyans that this journey of ensuring that each Kenyan gets their right is continuing, and we proclaim that in this historic ufungamano ground. Asanti sana, mubarikiwe. Na tukitoka hapa, tunaomba tukiwa na wageni wangu, tutaelekea kwa tent. Wenzetu wamejaa kwa tent na tulikuwa tuende kwa tent. Tutaenda tu kuwasalimia, wasikae kama tuliwasahau. So you are hearing me, you can see me at the tent. Hold on, we will be coming. And because of other party arrangements, when I and the guests take our leave, please come back for housekeeping. Tuko na mambo yetu, otherwise known as housekeeping. Asanteni, mbarikiwe, and the best to us as a country. Yes. We have been requested. Tulieni dakika moja.
Tafadhali tutulie. Viongozi wetu wanapopiga picha. Tafadhali tutulie. Tulikuwa tuko na function. Iende mbele na Kenya yo. Iende mbele na Kenya ye. Iende mbele na Kenya yo. Iende mbele na Kenya yetu. Ndio maana